Greetings, mortals. I am Nathas, the ruler of the underworld. And today we will be reacting to the newest chapter of My Academia, chapter 387. Now, before anyone asks, my apologies about there being no reaction to the previous chapter. I know the ending is very hype, but it's just I heard there was gonna be a break this week, and well, there was Golden Week this week or next week. I'm not really sure how Japan's holidays go. So I thought there was gonna be a bit of a time gap so I could like postpone this to focus on real life issues. But unfortunately, it turned out we got a chapter this week and the chapter's already out, so I just thought let's react to it. I mean, let's be real here, the only real important part about the last chapter was the ending of it, and yeah, everything else got just, stuff that happened, as we could have kind of assumed they would. But regardless, let's get into this chapter. As we start off with our pretty boy speaking with about the Humora blood runs thick, referring to Ray Shoto's mother's bloodline. As we're there saying, the young man talking is. As we see Getten showing up as we have Paranormal more Liberation Fund Lieutenant Getten. Quirk ice manipulation, which I don't think was actually confirmed until until this chapter. But yeah, I guess that is what his quirk is called, ice manipulation. As we have Getten, who's currently wearing a black prisoner uniform. I kind of want to say like he just got his coat off, and that's pretty much it. Because I think he already had black pants and all, so yeah, I think they just took his coat. Weird, but alright. Anyway, as we had said, restraining as he talks with someone, it's like in the old days there was a Himura village chief whose position enabled him to establish multiple branch families. Even the land reform had no effect on the family's wealth and pride. As I'm telling to the person that's next to him, because I guess those two are not that far away from one another. Although, to be fair, considering who this prisoner is, it just may be that they're in a medical room or something, or the prisoners area in the hospital, since I do believe they are still in hospital, so I'm going to assume that's where they are actually currently. As they have been explaining to this individual, it's like, but the rise of meta abilities marked the start of their decline and led to their eventual downfall. They despised the thought of diluting their bloodline. So yeah, basically the medieval family survived for very long, and the Quark society kind of forced it to, remain. Which now timeline-wise makes me kind of wonder if this is like similar to the Soviets in Chainsaw Man, where they remain in Chainsaw Man despite them technically being done with in our world. So it does make me kind of wonder that's kind of what's going on. Like these families who did stuff like this actually survived to more of the modern society. Well, modern society, I guess you could say, since like I guess that's spoken very vaguely. As they will see this individual they get us talking to is Mr. Compress, which he seems to be really like. I mean, I found it earlier that it looked like Gatten's area was very frozen over, which doesn't really make sense. It's Gatten's ability, but the way there seems to be a sigh from Mr. Cooper's mouth does make me kind of wonder. Who knows? Maybe this is supposed to be foreshadowing for them to escape, but the way they're talking, I kind of doubt it. As they have competitor telling him obsession with pedigree plus contempt for header moves. I wonder what Spinner would say, which is kind of true since that's kind of the whole Spinner's kind of villain plot line, but whatever. As then we have Gaten saying, as we guys see the visual of this, how they are next to each other. Then tells him, as a result, they kept marriages inside the family between members of different branches, which, depending on, according to some friends of mine, all you really have to do for someone to not I guess not to get the inbreeding problems is if if your grandchild, I think it was either grandchild or that grandchild's child that does it with your sibling. Like if it was, let's say, me, and if I had if I had a sister, like a pure sister, and I would have a child, that child would have a child, and then she would have the same. We could technically have them do it, or one more below. Weird concept and a weird information to realize, but I guess that's what these families were doing. Weird as all hell. There we see Mr. Compress, who, look at this panel, it actually looks like the cold is kind of coming from Gaten, which again, I have to wonder why. I mean, to be fair, there's no liquid, so he's kind of just freezing stuff, I guess, or making the air colder, but it's kind of weird how he's apparently seemingly able to use his quirk, especially how this is shown. Again, maybe possible foreshadowings for their escape. I mean, you guys usually have like these little details. As you know, it's very clear that there is some cold coming this way. Also, Mr. Compass has like a machine that's there to, I guess, keep him stabilized. Since again, like, Mr. Compass was almost going to have died in that war when you actually look at his wounds, so it really does make sense why he would still need like support to like recover. As in, Mr. Compass tells him, that's what you meant by the blood running thick. As they get and tell him, closed off from the outside world, the Himura clan dwindled as time passed. The final nail in the coffin came when the main family began to sell itself off. When word of that got out and the remaining branch families scattered. I myself was one of them. Eventually, Dash show recruited me. So yeah, all the people who theorized that Getan would be a part of the Himura family, yep, he is. And now I'm not certain if he's actually like how much of a cold cousin he is to everyone, but I guess he is somewhat related to Shoto. It's kind of funny how a Himura, both Himuras kind of got teamed on. Like I think it was probably it was definitely a pure coincidence, but it's kind of funny how that kind of ended up being. I mean, to be fair, it does make sense considering the relationship between all this. Which does kind of make me wonder about more of a detail on this backstory, because the way I kind of interpreted it was that Getan was an orphan, but the way he knows it sounds like he knew everything that was supposed to be connected to it. But yeah, anyways, they are going to telling Mr. Compass, generation after generation, meta abilities grow and strengthen in complexity. Um, then they intensify as different factors mix together. It wouldn't be surprising if someone had abilities that they weren't aware of. As we cut to Dobby's chest, and it's kind of looking like it's going to burst soon because we can even see his ribs and everything coming from it. As we have to telling them, when people set their hearts aside and pursue that power, I wonder what kind of future it will bring, as they will see like a bunch of cities and buildings kind of be destroyed and all that. It was in the between the wars and everything, but I get the message. 'Cause, that's kind of like what it's been in the story for a while. Like the new meta builds are becoming more powerful and more dangerous and more destructive, with a lot of them having like so many attributes to themselves that they can like literally destroy everything. And I get that, and that's kind of explained here, as well as giving explanation to what Dobby's ability is, since how is he able to survive and move and everything. Then we get a panel of Gaten Mr. Cross is just thinking to himself. As then we have, Gaten like kind of turning to where Kompaska is, kind of looking like they are next to each other again. It's like, well, you're up next. Wanna tell me what were you talking about with those cops and heroes? Anything you want to talk about is okay with me. There is nothing to do but kill time until the war is over. So yeah, I guess he's even. I guess yeah, like I said, there seems to be no plan to escape. It's just they're locked up there, which fair enough. I mean, it's very hard to tell because of the distance, but it seems like Cat is kind of like having like a little smile, like, well, like I shared my backstory. Why don't you share me yours? So yeah, which does me kind of wonder if we're gonna cut to somewhere else or something, or if that's supposed to be foreshadowing for something. We'll see. And then we cut to somewhere else as we cut to the battlefield and we see a giant fucking fireball in the middle of the woods, looking like the sun, or a mini sun, fell to fucking earth. Wow, talk about the contrast. Like, we first had like a little boys club meeting and talking, but here we have like a fucking apocalypse. Oh, which to be fair is actually accurate, but still, like, what the fuck? And then we have approximately 800 meters from the Gunga Mountain Villa ruins. Yeah, I don't think those ruins are anything but ash at this point. Like, even 800 meters away, I don't see it. Them surviving. Anyways, then we see Endeavor. Of all fucking fire users, there's he's running away from us. He's panting from the pain and from the loss of his arm. Nothing. Honestly, I don't know if he like burned. Even if he, I mean, he probably burned the wound already, since he was using his fire immediately after he got cut off into a fire fist. But this is like, but even if that was the case, I feel like now it would just be automatically burned together. As they have, to we have uh, uh, to what am I blanking now? Endeavor is now communicating with Tsukaruchi and everyone. He's like, he's going to explode. What? Because you're like, that's like your son's gonna explode now. Like, you'll be questioning it. Is he still panting? As then we have in that phase of stuff, it's not just the evacuation blocks. Pixie Bob and the heroes dealing with Toga's clones are also in range. Which now makes me kind of wonder when they move. When did everyone move so quickly apart from it? Now the fact they are now safe completely. I mean, again, back, the whole off-screen moving around, but still. But anyways, then we have Endeavor stopping as he's turning back to Space Shuttle. Well, Dobby, who again just looks like, legitimately speaking, now he just looks like a skeleton that's burned, that has the flesh still there, well, the meat still there, hair, and just burning even more. Like, how the fuck is Dobby's body even able to remain even remotely human shape at this point? As we have another thing is of crap, the damage I took from All for One is slowing me down. I don't think I can lure Toya any further away. So yeah, basically, oh shit, it's like there's no way of him to get rid of this. As they have Darby starting to speak with Dad, Dad, look at me. As he's now even losing less his sanity. What's with all of the legal villains? I'm just losing their sanity in this arc. Like, we had Spinner lose his sanity first, now we have Darby lose his sanity. Like, what's next? Is Toga going to go completely insane, start to saying la 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 la? Shigaraki just starts saying destroy, destroy, destroy. Like, I told him just gonna get their brain smashed or something. As then we have Endeavor like stopping, and he's like, "Oh shit!" As Dobby just speaks to him like, "Look!" And they have like what looks like it's Endeavor. Like he's about to crush. We get a close up as he looks at how this looks from his perspective. As then we have a child Toya doing a similar pose to that current toy is doing, but instead of a what looks like an exploding fist, when I say exploding fist, I mean like his head fist looks like it's going to explode. It's his like little fire fist. As then the real current toy is sending his fire fist that's oversized, like I'm talking thin Endeavor size, honestly, and it slams right into Endeavor full force, and that sends him away. Kind of turns the ground looking like it's kind of like a volcano, honestly. As that sends Endeavor away, and then Darby even more approaches and looking like some some kind of hell creature. As in Darby is up close to Endeavor, grabs him by the hand, I think, like the mini hand. As it also kind of looks like he lost. As I think he's not even kind of jumping at him like a fucking golem or someone. As then we have Endeavor screaming to Darby, "Put out your flames, Dora!" Because of an explosion. As they have Darby screaming, "Look!" As I know it's supposed to be sad, so annoying. This is super tragic, but it's just kind of funny how like I just like it's very funny to say just like how it's like dumb and look. As there we have Darby as he is up close to Toby, like, I don't want you to die. As they have Darby screaming, Natsuku, wanna play? As I guess Darby has completely like lost it, like, he doesn't even think what's going on anymore. As we have Endeavor thinking to himself, I'm losing consciousness. This heat, it's high enough to burn me. How is he still alive? I don't fucking know. I'm pretty sure he spent at least a couple of hours at this point just being a burned fucking corpse. Which, like I said, like, this is actually damaging Endeavor, which shouldn't really be that possible. Like, okay, to be fair, I do believe you can be damaged by your own quirks element, even if you do not have weakness to it. But usually you're at least, it's not so big that you would be completely like damaged by it. Like, if Kaminari gets small electricity attack at him, it's like he's going to die immediately. Like, he has to have some real power behind that. Kind of makes me wonder how that whole thing would have went if Kaminari got hit by that electric villain. Imagine that. Imagine if it's revealed in the SBS summary that Momo and Shio could have easily would not needed to be scared or worried about Kaminari at all. Like, he would not have been killed by that electric guy. If they just knew it a bit better, they would know it. But yeah, regardless. Then we have Angie's thinking to herself, Toya, you're. As then we see a close up of the chest area with Darby, as we see like his like that axe kind of just going larger. The pose actually looks like a costume, as well as the fact that he actually did lose an arm. Like that. He has like he also has the arm like just is missing an arm just like Endeavor, which I think actually yeah, it's the same arm as well. Like far like son, as they say. But don't worry about Toya's blood lost. It's already completely burned. Honestly, I don't even think there is any more blood in there. I think it's literally just flesh and bone at this point. As then we have Endeavor looking at this, as then he thinks to himself with some about some thinking to himself, and he thinks to himself, when someone has a near-death experience, it may cause their quirk to awaken. As we see a flashback to the previous war where uh, Bakugo used his powers. At least I think it was a previous war. It could also have been the same. Could have been this war, but I think I've heard in the spoilers it's the previous war. I'm not like remembering, but I guess it's supposed to be explained. Like, this is supposed to be explained in a way, it's that classic way where, yeah, it's kind of a BS reasoning and explanation and all that, but it's like, you see, there is reason. Like, there were hints to it beforehand, type of deal. Well, Stans will just use it as evidence that the product is perfect itself, just wanting something cool to happen. But I'm not gonna be. But I am not really gonna give. Well, I'm not gonna give a shit outside of just making fun of it. It's only fair, honestly. So yeah, and then I was like, oh, I see now. This is totally not a BS explanation. As then we have in the things of, on the other hand, some people manifest what could be called hysterical strength. However, this is not the same as an awakening. We have to clarify this. We have to get a full explanation so we are all on the same page here. And also just to reveal, it's not. Don't confuse it. Don't think this is BS. As then we have in that we see like a little flower. I'm pretty sure this flower has some kind of significance to it. Like, I think it's the same flower that Ray likes. But anyway, they have now pictures of this power only blooms while someone is on the verge of death. So I guess now quirks also have abilities that they awaken only if they need to die. What's this upward? Are these abilities where people will only get them when they die actually ever gonna make, good work in the story? Because at this point, you really do feel like you just have to put yourself in danger every single fucking day for your quirk to work, because, like, this just is ridiculous. Especially if it's on Darby's level of power. As then we have Darby laughing, like, ah! As then Endeavor's like, it's with this full page as we see, as Endeavor's holding in Darby, it's like, race quirk. So now we get to find out that Darby does actually have race quirk, well, quirk factor or whatever. He does have the ice thing. It's just I guess it's not as effective now as it was previously. I guess it took him a while to wake up. I guess in others methods, despite how sick they were actually doing the right thing. He just should have continued focusing on in the first sign instead of the second, well, the last son. Ironic. And once they get a panel where we see a bunch of flashbacks with everything that we've seen with the family and all that, as well as some badass Endeavor final shot panels shots. As then we have Endeavor, I think remember something he said earlier with I'll wait today and keep my eyes on Toya. As then we get this like more like kind of symbolic out of the drama kind of thing as we see Endeavor holding, well, kind of dancing with Dobby, weirdly enough. Not certain why this is happening. You know, the whole dance that Dobby had in the previous war was like, dance with your son in hell! As we see him there, as they're kind of doing it, as they would get like a little show of how this would look like if Dobby wasn't completely bursting out of energy at this point. As then we have Endeavor saying to himself calmly, all of this is my responsibility. Also, one thing I to mention, they were also dancing with Darby having a blue flame hand and Endeavor having his flame hands. Some of them are using flame hands to dance. As then we have Endeavor thinking himself, I thought I had to bear this burden and stay alive to make amends for what I've done. But you've been looking at me all these years as we it was finds out, wait, you still look at me like the whole thing he never always does, but look at me, and this is what Dobby has been doing. Literally, just look at him. He didn't even have to tell him. As they were now saying, and I turn my eyes away from you. I have to make amends to you too. A dream I keep having, a family with everyone but me. I won't let you die alone, but I won't let you drag anyone else in this either. As then we get pretty much resigned yourself that we'll die together as father and son to make a better family. As then he just grabs Toya, which I kind of want to say it's a hug, but it's kind of difficult to say since the both of them are missing hands. But regardless, is grabbing Toya as he then uses his flame to like for one last sacrifice to go into the air and fucking burn, so both of them can burn to ash together. They get like a little span of them like blasting off as we have enough in yourself. We won't make it far enough far away if we stay in the ground. So I'll make use of Toya's firepower to propel us up towards the sun. Are you guys trying to go to the sun? I mean, we get the stars now, so I don't think it's supposed to have the sun. But at this point, you might as well go to the sun, since the two are very close to it. As they will see, Dobby is where whatever is remaining of Dobby. As we see Endeavor being all focused on it, as they get him never thinking to himself, wait, not yet, just a little more time. As then we have the final page of the chapter, as we have Ray showing up out of nowhere. I have no idea where she fucking showed up there. She's using her, I want to say ice quirk to keep the two cool off until they blow up together, even though this is clearly burning her face as well. Well, burning her face like a bit of it. I'm not thinking it's the fully, but still, it's burning it. As then we get the comment before the end of the before that previously with what Geta was talking about, which was really kind of funny. I've got it, and then ends up doing parole by staying in shelters and doing everything. Just saying, we're gonna find that's what happens to him. But yeah, guys, we have Himura blood runs deep. As we see right there, as then we have Endeavor, who's also very burned to the face. Like he looks like he's about to start going to his skull. And like Ray, as we see her not even having a reaction, just kind of look at I will freeze you to cool you two off. As we have Darby also looking at her as like, Mother, you're guilty too, Mom. Referring to that panel in the flashback with Toya as we end this chapter. No, I don't think this is supposed to be that BS. It was implied that the place locations that the facilities stopped were close. Not sure how close, but they were in the same kind of vicinity. So it's not completely BS. Assuming we change up depending on how we move on the timeline a bit of the travel. Well, and to be fair, it's not like it will be that difficult to find. Like, I really do wonder how someone would be able to find two people who are away from anyone else, who are burning the city, who have the biggest amount of fire anyone has ever had, well, plus Shoto, but like two of the biggest fire users could have. Which now makes me think that all of the other two will also show up and help cool everything off. Since the other two, I believe, also said to have ice quirks. Not sure what they are, but it was there just to have ice quirks as well. So yeah. As then we have end this chapter in with this. Now, I feel like this is just leading in. I feel like the next couple of chapters, the next chapter and the one after that, I feel like I just is going to lead to kind of resolving this Todoroki family line. Like we have Ray there as the way Never even speaks, and the way everyone has been kind of speaking up to this chapter has very implied that this is kind of like this is not should not last any longer. It's just gonna be a big explosion of fire. So yeah, as we also, I feel like we are going to have other characters. We're also probably gonna have the other siblings showing up and helping freeze it, or cool them off. Not sure if this is. I not sure if I really do want this, as I feel this is a good way to have Endeavor die here with in Tora. Maybe it's like again like just a cooling thing. Like it's just gonna be Endeavor. Like those guys are just gonna help him cool and the explosion until they reach the atmosphere, so they don't burn it, put anyone in danger. So yeah, but yeah, overall, this is a pretty emotional chapter. It's like it's really trying to get you to get the feels, and it even gets us a bit of a lore on the Himura family, as well as give us some awesome and badass visuals, like a truly a great design of look for the fight. Like it really does hit you just how fucking close these guys are to death. But yeah, let's see. I do kind of want. I do hope that this does end up with death. Like I don't want something like Darby just dies because he's already nothing like a corpse. Like let's be real here. Even if he like cools down, I feel like he'll just die at this point. That's how fucking damaged he is. I don't see him surviving this at all. Like, and we pretty BS if he does survive. Like, this would legitimately be like one of the stupidest decisions to have Darby survive this fucking monstrosity. But yeah, I will do have to wonder and hope that this does end up with them dying. And another thing that people will complain about is the fact there's no heroes death yet. Not really a big. I don't really have a whole strong hold on heroes must die for the story to have tension and all. But I do get why Darby and Endeavor especially dying here would make sense. But yeah, anyways, I hope you like this chapter reaction. I hope you leave your thoughts in this chapter in the comments below. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.